Namaskaram. This is Doubts Clarification Session 4. In this session, I am going to make corrections in the practice sentences and also clear your doubts. Let us see the first practice sentence. I am studying and what are you doing? First, let us read the practice sentence, then I will explain what is the mistake. నేను చదువుతూ ఉన్నాను మరి మీరు ఏం చేస్తున్నారు? Okay, only one. I think this is like a typo error only, but it's okay. Let me correct here. చేస్తున్నారు చేస్తున్నారు నేను చదువుతూ ఉన్నాను, that means I am studying. మరియు మరి మీరు ఏం చేస్తున్నారు, and what are you doing? So it's almost correct, only this n should be emphasized. చేస్తున్నారు. Let us see the next sentence. My name is David and who is this? నా పేరు డేవిడ్, మరి ఇది ఎవరు? As per the translation, it is correct only, but in real life situations, we need to modify like this. నా పేరు డేవిడ్. Up to here it is fine. మరి మీరు ఎవరు? So who is this can be translated as like contextual meaning only, not word to word. If it is word to word translation, this is correct. Mari idi evaru, and indicates mari, then who means evaru, correct only. This means idi. So as per the word to word translation, it is correct, but usually we say mari meeru evaru. Mari meeru evaru means and who are you? So here we use the meaning of and who are you. So we can get the meaning from you instead of this in these type of sentences. Let us see the next practice sentence. I came here to drink beer today. నేను ఈరోజు బీర్ త్రాగునికి వచ్చాను. So everything is correct only except this word. So to drink means త్రాగడానికి. త్రాగు is the verb in base form. So when we change this to drink format, త్రాగడానికి, as I mentioned here, త్రాగడానికి. So నేను ఈరోజు బీర్ త్రాగడానికి ఇక్కడికి వచ్చాను. He came here to taste the food today. అతడు ఈరోజు భోజనం రుచి చూచిడికి వచ్చాడు. This can be, everything is correct. This can be changed to చూడడానికి. రుచి చూడడానికి. I mentioned here రుచి చూడడానికి. That means to taste. Only this is the correction. So he came here means అతడు వచ్చాడు. Today means ఈరోజు. Food means, yeah, it is bhojanam, correct only. To taste the food means ruchi chudadaniki. Bhojanam ruchi chudadaniki, that means to taste the food. It is correct only. Only here is the correction. Okay, the next phrase is, next sentence is, at 6 p.m. all this week we are attending Telugu classes. So let me read the practice sentence. Memu. Okay, memu is correct. Ee varam anta. All this week means ee varam anta. It is correct. 6 gantaki. So here there is a correction. Instead of gantaki, it can be gantalaku, because ganta, like it is like a singular. So 6 is it's a plural number. So we say gantalu, then ku. Gantalu plus ku becomes gantalaku. For most of all the times except for one, you can use gantalaku because plural number. Telugu taragat. Okay, Telugu taragatuలకు. Telugu taragatuలకు. Telugu taragatuలకు means 2 classes. Taragatulu means classes. Then we add meaning of to also. To means ku. So Taragatulu plus ku becomes Taragatulaku. Taragatulaku. We need to add this meaning of to also in this sentence. So Telugu Taragatuలకు హాజరు అవుతూ ఉన్నాము. హాజరవుతున్నాము. హాజరవుతున్నాము. Yeah. హాజరవుతాము. Okay. హాజరవుతాము. It is correct only, but in one of the tense it is correct. For example, if it is like simple present tense or future tense, simple future tense, it is correct. For example, we will attend or we attend. If you write here we attend or we will attend, this is correct, హాజరవుతాము. But here we mentioned attending. This is present continuous tense. So in present continuous tense we say హాజరు అవుతూ ఉన్నాము. మేము ఈ వారం అంతా 6 గంటలకు తెలుగు తరగతులకు హాజరు అవుతూ ఉన్నాము. హాజరు అవుతూ ఉన్నాము. Since this is present continuous tense, we write like this. The next sentence is, although it wasn't raining, he did not come. వర్షం పడలేదప్పటికీ అతడు రాలేదు. There is a correction. So the correction is వర్షం పడనప్పటికీ. So when you want to add this one in negative form, like although it wasn't raining, we need to translate as mentioned here. వర్షం పడనప్పటికీ. He did not come means అతడు రాలేదు. It is correct only. So let me write here, rain means వర్షం పడు. This is like it is like a verb. So వర్షం పడు. Is raining means వర్షం పడుతూ ఉన్నది. Was raining, వర్షం పడుతూ ఉండెను. This is actual translation, but even for was raining, usually we use this one also as a continuous tense, present continuous tense. వర్షం పడుతూ ఉన్నది. But this is the actual meaning. So when we attach this వర్షం పడుతూ ఉండెను with this meaning, although అయినప్పటికీ, I will write here. Earlier I explained, but let me explain again. Although means అయినప్పటికీ. Okay, so అయినప్పటికీ. Okay, let me write negative sentence. Was not raining. వర్షం పడటం లేదు. Okay, so this వర్షం పడటం లేదు becomes along with అయినప్పటికీ వర్షం పడనప్పటికీ. వర్షం పడనప్పటికీ. Up to here okay. Then after that we add nappatiki. వర్షం పడనప్పటికీ. Let us see the next sentence. He was sick or she was sick. Okay, he was sick means అతడు జబ్బు పడ్డాడు. She was sick means ఆమె జబ్బు పడింది. As we agreed, the debt will be cancelled on Monday. మనం అంగీకరించినట్లుగా. Okay, as we agreed means మనం అంగీకరించినట్లుగా. We agreed means మనం అంగీకరించాము. When we add this as in these type of phrases, it becomes as we agreed. మీన్స్ మనం అంగీకరించినట్లుగా. విల్ బి క్యాన్సల్డ్. విల్ బి క్యాన్సల్డ్ మీన్స్ రద్దు చేయబడుతుంది. రద్దు చేయబడుతుంది. ఆన్ మండే మీన్స్ సోమవారము రోజున. సో we can say on. When we are talking about a time like week, day, usually we write on Monday, on Sunday. So on, when we mention the day, we write rojuna after the week name. For example, on Sunday means ఆదివారం రోజున, సోమవారం రోజున. When there is on, you need to write this one. But without this also it is correct. But to translate word to word, we can keep this one. I will come on Sunday. నేను ఆదివారం రోజున వస్తాను. So the next sentence is actually the prepositions like on, it, these prepositions have a specific meaning, but when we come into the sentence part, depending on the time, when we use with time, it gives different meaning. When we use with place, it gives different meaning. That you will understand when we make sentences only. But as a separate independent meaning, you will learn like on means mida, paina, at means vadda. But usually those we don't use in sentences most of the cases. You will learn with sentences only, different meanings. So as usual he came late means ఎప్పటిలాగే. ఓకే, అతడు లేట్లో వచ్చాడు మామూలుగానే. Up to some extent it is correct, but let me read the correct sentence, correct structure. As usual. So as usual means ఎప్పటిలాగే or మామూలుగానే. Both are correct, but in this context ఎప్పటిలాగే suits. అతడు ఆలస్యంగా వచ్చాడు means he came late. Late means ఆలస్యంగా because this is adverb. I will write here late means ఆలస్యం. This is noun ఆలస్యంగా. For adverbs we add ga ending. ఆలస్యంగా. This is adverb. As usual he came late means ఎప్పటిలాగే అతడు ఆలస్యంగా వచ్చాడు. The next sentence is as soon as I hear from you, I will give you a signal. Okay, నువ్వు ఏదైనా చెప్పిన వెంటనే నేను నీకు సిగ్నల్ చేస్తాను. Up to some extent this is correct, but let me explain the common usage. నువ్వు ఏదైనా చెప్పిన వెంటనే, that means as soon as I hear from you. Actually this is not word to word translation. Most of the words here we use this contextual meaning only, but I will explain word to word translation also for better understanding. As soon as means we can say ventane, but here we need to write something, the task we need to write. Then I hear. I hear means నేను వింటాను. Okay, so now I will write the actual meaning, but later we'll discuss the contextual meaning. As soon as I hear means నేను విన్న వెంటనే. So I hear means నేను వింటాను. Okay, as soon as means వెంటనే. So when we attach this meaning as soon as to I hear, it becomes నేను విన్న వెంటనే. So similarly, as soon as I come, నేను వచ్చిన వెంటనే. Come means you know already వచ్చు. So we get the meaning like this. But here why I changed is, నేను ఇన్స్టెడ్ ఆఫ్ నేను విన్న వెంటనే నువ్వు ఏదైనా చెప్పిన వెంటనే. సో హౌ ఐ హియర్, ఇఫ్ యు సే సంథింగ్ ఐ హియర్. సో హియర్ we change the meaning, నువ్వు ఏదైనా చెప్పిన వెంటనే. That means as soon as you said. This meaning is as soon as you informed. As soon as you said. నువ్వు చెప్పిన వెంటనే. So this is the meaning for this one, as soon as you told. నువ్వు చెప్పిన వెంటనే. So instead of this one we used this one because this is more commonly used sentence in these type of sentences. So ఏదైనా, ఏదైనా means it is not any, ఏదైనా means any, it is not here, but to make it as a meaningful sentence we can use ఏదైనా. It is correct only as per the practice sentence also. The next phrase is నేను నీకు సిగ్నల్ ఇస్తాను. I will give you a signal. Okay, so signal means there is a meaning for signal. Signal means saiga cheyu. For example, usually if the person cannot hear, we use our hands to convey the message. So that is called saiga cheyu. Saiga cheyu, using hands to convey the message. Okay, so but here if I say the actual word, it doesn't suit, so it's okay to use English sentence in this sentence. So నేను నీకు సిగ్నల్ ఇస్తాను, that means సిగ్నల్ ఇస్తాను, it indicates like నేను నీకు సరే చెప్తాను. So usually sare means okay, so instead of that one we can use the English sentence, English word in this sentence. But if you want to use a Telugu word, you can say నేను నీకు సరే చెప్తాను. This is the actual meaning, but you can also use this English word. Okay, the next sentence is as soon as you left they came. నువ్వు వెళ్ళిన వెంటనే మీరు వచ్చారు. Okay, it is almost correct, only here mistake is there. Instead of మీరు it should be వారు, because they means వారు. So నువ్వు వెళ్ళిన వెంటనే వారు వచ్చారు. As soon as you left means నువ్వు వెళ్ళిన వెంటనే. They came means వారు వచ్చారు. As soon as I get the chance I will read. Okay, నాకు అవకాశం దొరగానే నేను చదివాను. Okay, little correction only, let me make the correction. నాకు అవకాశం, this is correct, up to here correct. దొరగానే it is not correct, so it is దొరకగానే. Okay, I will write the meaning here. One of the meaning for the verb get means doruku. This is one of the meaning. Actual meaning is pondu, but we can also use sometimes doruku. Doruku means like get. We can use get also. As soon as I get. As soon as I get means నాకు దొరకగానే. If you look at here దొరకగానే we use as soon as we get, as usually we use this kind of ending, రాగానే, వెళ్ళగానే, like that, వెళ్ళిన వెంటనే, like that we use. So to bring that, to keep that sound in most of the previous letters, we change this to this oo to ah. If you look at here, this is roo sound, this is ah sound. Similarly, this is oo sound, this is ah sound. So gaane, dorkagaane, tinagaane, vellagaane, it should be like that. So that's why we changed most of the oo sounds to ah sound. Dorakagane, that means as soon as I get. I get means doruku or pondu. Pondu is the actual meaning, but doruku also we can use in this type of sentence, in this context. Okay, nenu chaduvutanu. So I will read. I will read means nenu chaduvutanu. There is a small correction here. Chaduvanu. Chaduvanu is like past tense. Chadivanu. If it is e sound, chadivanu, it is past tense. But we are talking about future tense. So నేను చదువుతాను. నాకు అవకాశం దొరకగానే నేను చదువుతాను. As soon as I get the chance, I will read. So instead of read, you can use any verb. For example, as soon as I get the chance, I will give you money. As soon as I get the chance, I will give you book. So నాకు అవకాశం దొరకగానే నేను నీకు పుస్తకం ఇస్తాను. నాకు అవకాశం దొరకగానే నేను వస్తాను, I will come. So like that you can make many sentences using this structure also. So the next sentence is as soon as he got down at the bus station, I met him. Bus station లో దిగిన వెంటనే, okay, this is correct. నేను అతడు కలిశాను. Okay, there is a correction, only one correction here. In object position we need to add ni suffix, and also it becomes atadu becomes atadi. So him means atadi, ni is the suffix we use in the object position. So I met him means నేను అతడిని కలిశాను. So whenever you want to say these type of sentences, you use the meaning of him as atadini. But sometimes we also change this one to key when there is a hidden meaning of to. For example, I told him. Here we don't say నేను అతడిని చెప్పాను. Here there is a hidden meaning from to. So నేను అతడికి చెప్పాను. So you need to remember him means only atadi, and use ni or ki suffix after this depending on the context. In these type of sentences, atadini. In these type of sentences, atadiki, depending on the context. If there is a necessity of two word, use ki, otherwise you can use ni suffix. I will give you another example for better understanding. I asked him. Okay, can somebody try to translate this one? Is it నేను అతడిని చెప్పాను or నేను అతడికి చెప్పాను? ఓకే, అడిగాను. సో దిస్ ఇస్ అడిగాను. నేను అతడిని అడిగాను, నేను అతడికి చెప్పాను.
నేను అతడికి అడిగాను.
ఓకే, నేను ఇట్ ఈస్ అతడిని అండి. నేను అతడిని అడిగాను. ఓకే, I will write another example. So there, in those contexts, we can say I told him. Okay, I told him already mentioned. I have given. So I gave him. Okay, I gave him. Okay, can you try it now?
నేను అతడిని ఇచ్చాను.
రాంగ్ అండి. ఇట్ ఈస్ అతడికి, బికాస్ here there is no to, but we need to use the word like towards. For example, if you are giving something towards him like that, we need to use the meaning of to also, atadiki. So what you can do is you try to compile some sentences like this. Guy, I gave him, I asked him, just 3 words, then try to make sentences. In some other session we will make correction, so with the corrections you will understand clearly.
మంచిదండి.
Like practice sentences. Okay, let us see the next one. He is sitting at the desk. అతడు కూర్చుని ఉంటూ ఉన్నాడు. Okay, let me make the correction. Atadu rataballa. Actually, desk means, if you want to use the Telugu word, you can use rataballa. Desk means rataballa. But it is okay to use desk also. It's up to you. If you want to use rataballa, you can use. But usually in the offices, you say, people say, atadu desk దగ్గర లేడు, like that they say. But it's okay to use rataballa. దగ్గర కూర్చుంటున్నాడు. ఓకే, కూర్చుంటున్నాడు, దిస్ ఇస్ ద ప్రెజెంట్ కంటిన్యూస్ టెన్స్. కూర్చుంటూ ఉన్నాడు కెన్ బి కంబైన్డ్ యాజ్ కూర్చుంటున్నాడు. యు ఆర్ రీడింగ్ ఎ బుక్. నువ్వు పుస్తక చదువుతో ఉన్నావు. ఓకే, దిస్ ఇస్ సమ్ లెటర్స్ ఆర్ మిస్సింగ్. పుస్తకం, బుక్ మీన్స్ పుస్తకం, చదువుతూ ఉన్నావు. ద డాగ్ ఈజ్ స్లీపింగ్ మీన్స్ కుక్క నిద్రిస్తూ ఉన్నది. ఓకే, ఐ థింక్ సంబడి ట్రాన్స్లేటెడ్ దిస్ వన్ యాజ్ ఎ ప్రాక్టీస్ సెంటెన్స్. కుక్క నిద్రిస్తూ ఉన్నది. దిస్ ఈస్ కరెక్ట్ ఓన్లీ. దిస్ ఈస్ మోస్ట్లీ యూజ్డ్ ఇన్ రిటన్ తెలుగు, బట్ ఇన్ స్పోకెన్ తెలుగు వీ డోంట్ సే నిద్రిస్తూ ఉన్నది, వీ సే నిద్రపోతున్నది. So try to use this translation while speaking. For any subject you can use nidrapotu. For example, he is sleeping. Atadu nidrapotu unnadu can be combined as nidrapotunnadu, as I combined here. So kukka nidrapotunnadi, that means the dog is sleeping. This is used in spoken Telugu. Birds are singing. Pakshulu పాడుతూ ఉన్నారు. సో హియర్ ఇన్స్టెడ్ ఆఫ్ ఉన్నారు యు మస్ట్ యూస్ ఉన్నాయి, బికాస్ రు సఫిక్స్ ఈస్ యూస్డ్ ఫర్ పీపుల్. ఈ సఫిక్స్ ఈస్ యూస్డ్ ఫర్ థింగ్స్, birds, animals, etc. So whenever you use that birds like that, you use e suffix unnai. So ru is used only for people, so we should not use this one. We use unnai. Pakshulu padutu unnai, that means birds are singing. Mom is making a cake. అమ్మ కేక్ తయారు చేస్తూ ఉన్నది. అమ్మ కేక్ తయారు చేస్తూ ఉన్నది. ఆమె కేక్ తయారు చేస్తూ ఉన్నది. అమ్మ కేక్ తయారు చేస్తూ ఉన్నది, దట్ మీన్స్ మమ్ ఈజ్ మేకింగ్ ఎ కేక్. ఆరెంట్ యూ టేకింగ్ ద డాగ్స్ ఫర్ వాకింగ్. నువ్వు కుక్కలను నడవడం లేదా. ఓకే, దెర్ ఇస్ ఎ కరెక్షన్. లెట్ మీ ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్. ఆరెంట్ యూ టేకింగ్ మీన్స్ నువ్వు తీసుకుని వెళ్ళడం లేదా. ఆరెంట్ యూ టేకింగ్ మీన్స్ నువ్వు తీసుకొని వెళ్ళడం లేదా. అప్ టు హియర్ ఇట్ ఈస్ కామన్ ఫర్ ఎనీ ఫేజ్. ద డాగ్స్ మీన్స్ కుక్కలు. Then it is in object position. When it is object position, we need to add nu suffix. So kukkalanu, kukkalu plus nu becomes kukkalanu. For walking means you can say walking ku. The actual meaning is nadakaku, but it's okay to say walking ku. If you want to use Telugu word, you can say nadakaku, but in real life situations people are using walking ku vellava, walking ku ee roju walking vellaleda. Like it is more common to use walking word. The actual translation is nadaka. As far as I know, she hasn't got married. నాకు తెలిసినంత వరకు ఆమె వివాహం చేసుకోలేదు. ఇట్ ఈస్ కరెక్ట్ ఓన్లీ. వివాహం చేసుకోలేదు ఈజ్ యూజ్డ్ ఇన్ రిటన్ తెలుగు. యూజువల్లీ ఇన్ స్పోకెన్ తెలుగు we use the word పెళ్ళి. నాకు తెలిసినంత వరకు, I think there is a correction here. తెలిసింత వరకు. It is not తెలిసింత వరకు, it is తెలిసినంత వరకు. As far as I know, the meaning of this phrase is నాకు తెలిసినంత వరకు. So whenever you want to use this meaning, use this meaning. నాకు తెలిసినంత వరకు ఆమె వివాహం, ఆమె పెళ్లి చేసుకోలేదు. That means she hasn't got married. The next sentence is arrange the flowers means పువ్వు. Okay, here instead of పువ్వులో, here flowers, the word flowers in object position, so we need to add nu suffix. So పువ్వులు plus nu suffix becomes పువ్వులను. This is correct only. ఏర్పాటు చేయి. Arrange means ఏర్పాటు చేయి. You can also say when there are many people, you can use andi. You need to use andi. చేయandi. పువ్వులను ఏర్పాటు చేయండి. That andi is also used, already, even for singular, to show respect. So పువ్వులను ఏర్పాటు చేయి or పువ్వులను ఏర్పాటు చేయండి. That means arrange the flowers. These are the sentences I typed from the practice. I copied from the practice sentence, but there is no mistake. But these are like useful sentences, so we can also learn something from these practice sentences. No mistake, but I will read for you. They are playing football means వాళ్ళు ఫుట్బాల్ ఆడుతూ ఉన్నారు. She is eating, ఆమె తింటూ ఉన్నది. Anne is swimming, Anne ఈదుతూ ఉన్నది or ఈత కొడుతూ ఉన్నది. I am watching TV, నేను టీవీ చూస్తూ ఉన్నాను. Okay, see you soon means సరే తర్వాత కలుద్దాం. తర్వాత, see you soon. తర్వాత means later time. సరే తర్వాత కలుద్దాం. See you soon. Actually this is not word to word translation. This is the meaning as a whole phrase. తర్వాత కలుద్దాం means we will meet later, but this meaning can be used to translate this one. See you soon. As a part of the team, జట్టులో భాగంగా. If you have any doubts, you can ask.
I think one of the things that is important is to start practicing ourselves, to speak,
అవునండి.
So we need to encourage each other to use Telugu words when we interact.
Yes. So when you are trying to use those words, definitely there will be some doubts and mistakes. When you clear those doubts, next time when there is a situation to use, you will speak with confidence because that doubt already cleared, so you can continue using that word without any mistake. So
can you clear up for me when you would use vunnadi and wunnadi, like un and vunn, so it's like a verb to be, right?
Yeah, 1 minute.
Vunnadi and vunnadi, vun and un.
Okay. You mean unnadi and unnai. Can you see the screen? Is it
Yes,
correct?
yes, I can
Okay.
see. Yeah.
Yes. So let me explain. So unnadi means, I will write the possible meanings. She is, it is, okay. Unnai, unnai is like they are, but they are for used for things only. Things. Okay. If we look at here, ఆమె ఉన్నది. She's ఆమె అక్కడ ఉన్నది. She is there. Banana is there. అరటి పండు అక్కడ ఉన్నది. So banana we can consider as it. So అది ఉన్నది. But this is only for singular. Only for singular. All the unnadi, whenever we use unnadi, it is only for singular, for feminine gender and things like that. And when we come to the plural part, it is used only for things, animals, birds, plural part only, like they are. Okay, they are.
All right.
Avi unnai. They are means avi unnai. I will expand here. Avi unnai. Idi ఆమె ఉన్నది. Yeah.
Also, sometimes. Oh, sorry. So also sometimes you spell it as you, not with a V. Sometimes you say unnadi and
Yeah,
wunnadi.
yeah. Actually, it is okay to write you. Most
You.
of the people write you,
You.
but
Okay.
in my practice, I used to write. I am always writing with woo spelling because
Okay.
there is a chance to read like this one. Non-Telugu people, they may read like sometimes annai. Sometimes. If I write woo, they will
I
not
see.
read like annai. They will definitely read like unnai only, because
I see.
yeah, that is the reason in my lessons I write with woo.
Okay, all right. I get it now.
Yeah.
Thank you. Dhanyawad.
మంచిదండి. Hope you got the answer.
I got it. Thank you. Yes.
మంచిదండి. If there is any other doubt from other members, please ask. Still we have some time.
Praveen Garu,
చెప్పండి.
and the last slide that you showed us with those just simple sentences, can you show us that slide again?
ఇదా అండి?
Can we maybe ask somebody in the class to read so we can see how they're pronouncing the Telugu words?
తప్పకుండా అండి.
Can somebody try?
వాళ్ళు ఫుట్బాల్ ఆడుతూ ఉన్నారు.
ఆడుతూ ఉన్నారు.
ఆమె తింటూ ఉన్నది.
అవునండి.
And ఈడుతూ ఉన్నది. ఆమె ఈత కొడుతూ ఉన్నది. నేను టీవీ చూస్తూ ఉన్నాను. సరే, తర్వాత కలుద్దాం. జట్టులో భాగంగా.
బాగుందండి.
Does anybody else want to try to read?
Hi.
చెప్పండి.
వాళ్ళు ఫుట్బాల్ ఆడుతూ ఉన్నారు. ఆమె తింటూ ఉన్నది. And ఈదుతూ ఉన్నది. నేను టీవీ చూస్తూ
ఉన్నాను.
సరే, తర్వాత కలుద్దాం. జట్టులో భాగంగా.
సరే, తర్వాత కలుద్దాం.
జట్టులో భాగంగా.
దెన్ జట్టులో భాగంగా అయిపోయిందండి. దిస్ వన్ భాగంగా, because H sound is there. in Telugu we use the second letter bha, not normal ba. It is bha జట్టులో భాగంగా.
Emphasize the ba.
అవునండి
Now,
భాగంగా.
when we use at the end of the sentence, we use ku and lu. When we use it.
Okay, let me write the question here so it will be clear for me. When to use? Can you explain again? Can you ask again, please?
End of say a word, you either use ku or lu, L-O.
Ku or lo.
Actually, these two are completely different words, Andy. There is no relation between these two words. Can you give me any example so I can understand the question clearly? Actually, ku means to, lo means in. So usually there is no relation between these two words. It has a straight meanings only. For example, I gave it to him. Nenu atadu. Ku means like two means we can say ku or ki. It has two meanings depending on the easy pronunciation purpose. We can use either ku or ki. So nenu atadiki ichanu. That means I gave it to him. Nenu atadiki ichanu. Lo means in only. For example, the banana is in the fridge. Banana fridge lo undi. So these are prepositions only, and I think there is no confusion. You can use the straight meaning, but only in some places we will have a different meaning. Those meanings you will understand with practice when you make sentences.
Like vankayalu,
vankayalu. Okay. So that one. Okay. I will explain. This one, brinjal. Brinjal. Usually, for most of the plural nouns, we add lu suffix. So, vankaya. This is singular. To make this one as a plural, we add lu suffix. Similarly, arati pandlu. Banana. This is arati pandu singular. If it is plural, we add lu suffix at the end. Arati pandu, but no need to add u again. No need to say arati pandulu. You can combine, you can remove this u sound, then combine with lu. Arati pandlu, like that.
Okay. Just shorten. Okay. I get it.
మంచిదండి. మంచిదండి. So in your question, it is not low, it is lu.
Arati pandu.
Suffix to make plural nouns. This lu is a suffix to make plural nouns. అర్థమైందా అండి? Did you understand?
And you use lo to say in.
అవునండి.
Okay.
Lu is to make the singular nouns into plural forms, plural nouns. Kobbarikaya. Kobbarikaya is singular. After adding lu, it becomes plural. Kobbarikayalu. Coconuts. Thank you for joining. We will meet again in the next session.